Moses he saw my video on how to stop Black Panther, and he sent me this gameplay. Look at this guy. He went 3-10. He was forced to switch off of Black Panther. Let's watch this gameplay so you can see how Moses was bullying that Black Panther. So he switches because he saw him dashing at the start of the game, and then look at that. He gets popped right off the bat. Moses is a menace. He told me he hopes he sees more Black Panthers out there so he can make them go negative and he can get free MVPs. Look, why was that Black Panther running away? Why is he scared? Give that guy a mat. Where are you going? What was Black Panther doing hiding behind there? And then this is funny. The other team, they try to pull out an Ultron. Moses got mad. He said, come on, cuh. I'm the real Ultron. Get down to the ground. You know the rules. Another Black Panther sighting. Well, what is he doing? Why is he going back there? Why is he so scared? Oh, look, he's jumping up. He's dashing. Look, he's throwing the spear. You see the purple? Look, he's going to dash across the screen. It doesn't work. He dashes back. Now he's fleeing. He's running for his life. He's hiding. Moses got that man hiding. Look, he threw another spear. Get down to the ground. Moses is a bully. He said before every game, he goes in the chat, he tells his team, he says, don't ban Black Panther. I'm gonna make him useless. Look, Black Panther's looking useless. He's dashing. He's even gonna pull out his ult. His ult does nothing. He's a tickle monster. Moses got him up out of there again. I told you. See, I sent Moses the video before the video came out. So he already knew about this strategy. He knew how to get him up out of there. Wow. That's a Platinum 2 game for Moses as well. Moses is up to Platinum 1 now. He's about to be in Diamond just like me. I got to team up with Moses. We got to go out there on the same team. That would be some cheese. So now in this game, I put up 60 kills. Wow, I put up 54 kills with Wolverine. That was my best game. And then last season, I put up 57 using mostly Venom. That was a crazy gameplay. And now here in season 3, I'm letting a 60-piece fly. And this is a Platinum 1 game, but I finally made it up to Diamond and actually won games in Diamond. Because every time I got to Diamond 3, I would lose 3 games straight. I would lose 2 games, then I'd be negative, and then I'd lose the 3rd game, go right back down to Plat 1, then I'd climb up again. It was a cycle in season 3, but now finally I got some wins. I almost hit Diamond 2. I got up to like 80%, lost that game. Now I'm at 65 out of 100. So finally I'm getting some progress up there in Diamond. And this gameplay is very long. This was a 26-minute game, so you already know I gotta edit. I gotta do some smooth editing. I'll cut out some of the clips, but the most important fights, let that fly, why not? Going crazy out here, healing and dealing, doing a great job healing, keeping everybody alive, and I'm putting pressure on the other team as well. And they have a Black Panther trying to go crazy, but I got good teammates in this game, so I didn't have to switch to Ultron because they were actually helping. See, if you don't want to see Ultron out there, just like I said in the last video, DPS, do your job. DPS is supposed to target problematic enemies. See that? Look at that. Look at that. Get down to the ground. If you see a Black Panther dashing, the whole team needs to target that. Get that Black Panther up out of there. It's the same thing for Spider-Man and Magic and Iron Fist. It is amazing when your teammates just ignore these guys. They just ignore them walking right through. Because it's not like that Black Panther is sneaking around every time. A lot of Black Panthers, they just run straight in a straight line. A lot of dive characters. You don't know how many games I've been in. And here's Black Panther trying to go crazy again. You don't know how many times I've seen an enemy Thor just walk right by our tank. And our tank sees it because you're looking right at him. And Thor walks right by the tank, walks right to the back line, and now he's harassing me as the support. Get Black Panther up out of here. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, how do you not turn around? When I'm playing tank, if I see a Thor, I go after the Thor. If that Thor's trying to go to the back line, hell no. That Thor's going to get in a 1v1 with me. I'm not letting Thor or Captain America, I'm not letting anybody just go crazy and go straight to the back line. What is wrong with people? How come people don't want to play together as a team? How come they don't want to help out? How come they don't want to properly play their role? What's going on out here, cuh? Look at me dancing. Oh yeah, in this game I was having a lot of fun. I was using not support ults, but I was taking offensive ults. Why not? That's what I love about Loki. Loki is the most fun character in the game because you can play any character. You can take any character, transform. I actually have a clip. I gotta find it. I have a game, I think it was a diamond game. I copied their Hulk on the point. I was on the point trying to stall. I had my ult. Everybody's dead. I switch into the Hulk. So I go to Bruce Banner, immediately go to the Hulk. And then I'm fighting. I pop the shield. I'm about to die. So then I pop it again because when you copy Hulk, you get both ults. You get the regular Hulk and then you get the Hulk smash. So then I switched into that, got another 8 to 10 seconds. And then by that time, my teammates, they got back into the fight and then we cleared it out. Look at me going crazy. Close your eyes, girl. What rhymes with cash? Splash. Woo, we having fun out here, baby, using offensive ults. I don't always do that. A lot of times I do take the support ults, but sometimes why not let it fly? We're putting pressure on them. And this was one of my best rounds ever in this game. I'm gonna finish this thing off 32-2. What it do? Absolutely ridiculous with 26 assists. I'm pretty sure that is my best ever round in this game. That was crazy. So now we're on defense. Let's see if we can hold them. Spoiler alert, we can't because this thing goes into OT, baby, but it's a good game. And this was a game where both teams were basically even. We actually had players. Everybody was supposed to be here. It's crazy. The matchmaking, sometimes you get games and you're like, there's no way that these players are the same rank. There's just no way, but it really is. That's how much variety in skill that this game has in all of the ranks. People are really there. They really got there. I don't know. Maybe these people got carried to their rank because I did see that for season 3.5, they're going to make a change to the size of your parties that you can go into games with. So in 3.5, from platinum up to maybe like grandmaster, I think, they're saying you can only 3-stack now. You can no longer 4-stack. They're taking away the 4-stack. Now, I actually think that might be good. And then, look at that. I tried to switch up there and it didn't work. I switched down here. That's tough. I thought I was looking right at it. I didn't. So now I'm going to die. And that was bad. That's bad. Yep. I think that lowering from 4 stacks to 3 stacks, I think that's a good thing because for solo queued players, it should be a little bit easier. I hope it is. I mean, maybe it won't be. Maybe the matchmaking is just so bad that that won't help and you'll still get all this crazy nonsense going on in your games where you got a Spider-Man dying before the match even starts. You saw that clip in the last video. Yeah, the matchmaking is brutal. So I think it could help out the solo players a little bit more, but I see a lot of people are upset that they're lowering from 4 to 3. So apparently there are a lot of people that have a 4-stack and now they're not going to be able to do that and they're upset. So that's very interesting because we know the matchmaking is terrible and I've done a lot of investigating. And a lot of times when we lose really bad, I'll go and take a look and I'll look at the history. I'll see that player in the last game, he was in the same game with this guy and this guy and this guy. And so a lot of times when you get destroyed, you are solo queuing against a 4-stack or against a 3-stack, or maybe there's 2 2-stacks, or maybe there's 2 3-stacks. Who knows? That's why sometimes it's like you just can't win the game because the other team is too sophisticated. They have too many organized players on their team, and then maybe your team is full of a bunch of solo queued players. But really what they could do is they could just make it to where when you solo queue, you only go up against other solo queued players. And there's none of that mix and matching. When you 4-stack, you got to go up against other 4-stacks and duos. When you 3-stack, you go up against other 3-stacks, maybe 2 3-stacks. How hard would it be for them to reprogram the matchmaking to do that in the match? I don't think it would be that difficult. Would the queue times be crazy? That I don't know, because sometimes it does take a while. Sometimes I go in there and it's taking a minute or two to queue. And then sometimes it queues right away. So I don't know. I don't know how it works. But I no longer care when I get the terrible teammates, because I know that I'm playing good and I know that I'm trying to play my role, and maybe I'll even play other roles. I switch around. If my teammates don't do it, it's a team game. There's nothing I can do. I can't get mad at myself if my team is just not working again. And because I hit Celestial last season and I got the crest, I got that beautiful diamond blue crest on my player card, I already put in a grind to get one of those because I never had one of those. So now that I have that, I don't really care. Hey, if I don't get back up to Celestial, whatever, I don't care. I got the crest, it's there. Because let's say you've been playing this game and you got really close to Grandmaster, but you couldn't quite get there. You had bad teammates, then you might be a little bit mad. It's like, wow, I couldn't hit Grandmaster. I was close, but the matchmaking was doing me dirty. But once you get there, you don't care. It's like, whatever, I don't care. Hey, if I'm down here, if the game wants to put me down there with gold players, that's fine by me. I'll beast and feast on the gold players. Because when they do that reset cheese, that's legalized smurfing. It really is. I didn't want to be back down there. I wanted to stay up there in Grandmaster and Celestial, but no, the game put me back down here to start. That's fine by me. This is a crazy OT. We only had a minute to get it popping. And not only are we going to get it popping, but we're going to move this card. We're not going to stop right here. We're fighting for our lives. Look at all this healing, and I'm staying back exactly for that. When there's a Moon Knight, you already know he's going to pop that ult, so I don't want to be where my teammates are at. I'm going to play back. We're going to long range it. Look how much fun it is playing with Loki, baby. I'm about to stop this cheese. They already stopped it too. My teammates are on the same page. Look at that. I popped my runes, but they let it fly as well. So we continue to move this card forward, and I'm letting it fly. Let's get it. Let's go. And now I trigger them to do the same thing. And it's crazy because now they're going to let everything they have go. They're letting Moon Knight go. They're just stacking all their ults. This is desperation mode. What a battle. I do love games like this where you're battling clearly. Both teams are trying to win. They're switching around. They're trying to figure out what works. I'd rather be in games like this than be in those games where the Spider-Man is fooling around and he dies at the start before the match even starts, when the counter's still going on and he falls off the mat. Come on, cuh. We're moving it. Can we get the full 3 points, baby? I'm going to steal again. And I messed up. I wanted to get rid of the rocket, but I misplaced it. And then they just let everything go. Look at that. They got clobbering time. They got a Wanda. They got, oh my goodness, a Doctor Strange. They let everything go. So we get 2 points. Now we got to stop them from getting 2 points. Wow, what a game this is. And this team, they have more time than we did. They have 1 minute and 47 seconds to get it popping. And I love this angle right here. Loki is great on this map with the 3 clones. And now we're going to stop this Wanda ult like a boss. Try to get Wanda up out of there, but they're pushing through. Uh-oh, they're moving. They're turning the corner. I've got a Mr. Fantastic on me, so I got to back up. Try to get him up out of there. Wow, I hate it when he does that because you can't get him up out of there. And then, of course, good teams, they always heal him when he goes into that mode. That's what you're supposed to do. Same thing. If you see a Bruce Banner and you see him pop his shield, that's when you, as a support, you got to heal him so he stays alive. But a lot of supports, they're not clutch. They don't see these moments. That's why I love playing tank, but only if I have really good supports that see and know the game flow and know when they got to help me out, know what the deal is, because if not, then it's tough to play tank. So that's why when I play strategist, I try to do a great job of just keeping everybody alive. Look, I'm doing a good job here. We're fighting. I got to let that go because of that ult. I had no choice. I'm trying to steal. Let me get it. I got it. Let's go. But then they let it fly too. That's tough. They were saving it for me to steal it. That is crazy. Every time I steal, they just let all of their stuff fly. Stay alive. I died. But it's all good. My team is fighting. They kept that cart there. I'm back in the fight. I'm laying this down. I'm healing. I'm dealing. Let's get him up out of there. Let's go. What a win. This is about to be. Mr. Fantastic is down. And Wanda's down, and we get the dub, and that is an MVP with 60 kills. Whoa, what a game. 60 kills, that's the most kills I've ever gotten in a game. That was fun. This game is a lot of fun, especially when, let's say you got 30 minutes before you got to do something, maybe 45 minutes. You just hop on, play a few games. It's perfect for those moments. This game easily kills the time. It's fun. Yeah, it sucks when you get bad teammates that they don't want to play right. They don't want to play together. They don't want to switch. But when you get good teammates, it's just a bunch of fun. I'm not mad at all. Look at those stats. That was a hell of a game. 33,000 healing, 38,000 damage. Give that guy a map. Merch is now available at chrissmooth.com. Shipping worldwide. My songs, He Quit the Game, Lob City, and My Camo are now available on all streaming platforms. But look what I'm gonna do to that. I'm gonna block that dunk. Get that cheese out of here. When I did that, I said, all right, Cat might be the character for me. What rhymes with cash? I just put Doctor Strange to the floor.